Coming out of the visit with Michael, Denise, and Doug Drexler, and we're kind of a little shaky, a little...
I think the nerves and the adrenaline is starting to kick in, realizing what we've just done, yes.
So, I've just learned that you work for you work with a great website, Trekcore. So can you tell me about, first of all, the website itself?
Sure. I mean, Trekcore is sort of the one-stop repository for all things visual related to Star Trek, not just stills from the movies and the TV shows, but also like old press materials and cereal boxes, TV guide covers, anything that's visual and Star Trek is on Trekcore. And I met Aaron from Trekcore at a convention. We were standing in line. I saw his badge and I said, "Oh my God, you're the Trekcore guy. I know Trekcore. I use it all the time." And we've been friends ever since. And I've been taking some photos for them at some events here on the East Coast of the United States.
Oh, that's awesome. I know Trekcore mostly for the audio library. Which
yes, audio too. I don't want to be negligent and saying it's also audio as well as visual. But
because us being mostly an audio podcast, very useful.
Yes, I imagine so.
So you talked to me about a little book over here.
So Trekcore was invited to the Smithsonian's Udvar-Hazy Restoration Bay to photograph the restoration of the Enterprise filming model from the 1960s as they took it out of the gift shop down in the Air and Space Museum. And so we participated in taking photos of it after it was pulled out, then after it was disassembled, and then after it was put back into its brand new case at the renovated, I'm going to ask my husband to help me. What is it called? Yes, but what's the exhibit called? The Milestones of Flight. Margaret White at camp will be very upset with me that I did not know that off the top of my head. Milestones of Flight exhibit. So I had a little book put together of the photos that I took, sort of chronicling the experience. Hoping to get it signed, of course, while we're here, because the Okudas and Doug Drexler were, of course, consultants on that entire restoration process. So.
That's like very, very cool. Hopefully we'll get, we're working on, we're still a young podcast. We got a long ways to go. So coming back to the visit, is that your first time here in Ticonderoga?
Oh yes, this is my first time in Ticonderoga, although they had taken some pieces, I think just the chair, the transporter station, and one or two other consoles to Star Trek Mission New York. So we were at that. So we've gotten our picture in the captain's chair before, but this is our first time seeing the entire set. Mm-hmm.
And where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Philadelphia, and then the rest of our crew is Harrisburg. So we made a long drive to get up here through some winding roads without any cell coverage, but we made it in one piece. That's what's important. Please don't wreck the car on the way to like the best day ever. We just need to get there in one piece.
So, oh my God. Is there a set piece in particular that blew your mind?
Oh, geez. I think engineering. Engineering was so much bigger and smaller in some strange ways, but that was really cool. The forced perspective and what they were able to do in recreating that set was really, really cool. Really cool.
And we did the 2 visits yesterday because we could.
Come all the way down. You might as well get your money.
There you go. And the first thing I don't know about you, but things up close kind of, I wouldn't say destroy the magic, but it kind of removed the filter of magic and stuff. Did you feel the same way?
No, I don't think so. If anything, it just sort of makes it that much cooler what they were able to achieve with the effects and the materials and the lighting and the technology they had at the time. I think it just blows my mind that it still looks so cool. I mean, yes, it looks like 60s future sci-fi and it's dated in that way, but at the same time, when you realize what they're working with, I think it just, if anything, heightens my respect for everybody involved in the original series.
Oh, cool. And was that your first time meeting either the Okudas or Doug?
I've been doing conventions for 20 years. I had to do a little math. 20 years. Never met any of them. So this was like bucket list for me. It wasn't even a question when the tickets were released that we were going to drive 6 hours to Ticonderoga in the middle of nowhere to see them without question. I think like the credit card just kind of threw out of my wallet. I think I called my husband. I was like, guess what we're doing? I've already bought the tickets. So yeah, definitely an amazing experience.
All right, good. And any factoid that Doug or Mike that impressed you, or that like I
don't know. I'm like still processing everything that was said. I don't know that I don't even know if I remember what day it is at this point. The adrenaline's kicked in. No, I can't say that I have a. Oh, that's right. I didn't realize Denise was a registered nurse before, and she was telling me how she sort of got into production for the show because she was sort of brought in to like give her thoughts on the sick bay and everything. So that was new. That was a new factoid for me. I didn't know. So.
Well, thank you very much, Kelly. It was very awesome, and we'll see each other at the evening.
I hope so. I hope we'll see each other again at other events too. The East Coast up in the U.S. has a lot of cool stuff going on, and hope to see you
Well,
again.
yeah, no problem. So, pour Puissance Maximale et ParlonsTrek, c'était Jean-Philippe. And Kelly.
And me.
À la prochaine.